Hi all, let's see polymorphism in C sharp. Polymorphism means one object has many forms or has one name with multiple functionalities. That is, polymorphism provides the ability to a class to have multiple implementations with the same name. There are two types of polymorphism: compile time polymorphism, runtime polymorphism. Compile time polymorphism, we can also say static polymorphism or early binding. Runtime polymorphism, we can also say dynamic polymorphism or late binding. Let's see compile time polymorphism. Method overloading is an example of compile time polymorphism. Overloading is a concept in which method names are the same with a different set of parameters. In compile time polymorphism, the decision of which method is to be called is made at compile time. For example, this test class having two method with the same name add and having different parameters. These method having two parameters and these method having three parameters. Inside the main function and created object for the class and calling the method add by passing three parameter means this method will executed. If you pass two parameter means this method will executed. So polymorphism provide the ability to a class to have multiple implementation with the same name. Let's see runtime polymorphism. Method overriding is an example of runtime polymorphism. Method overriding can be achieved using virtual keyword. With method overriding, it's a possible for the base class and derived class having same method name. The compiler will decide which method to be called at runtime. Let's see an example of runtime polymorphism. Here created a sample console application. Inside that created a class test A and test B. Inside this test B class, I inherited test A. Here inside this test A class, I implemented the method read. Let's make this method as virtual method. If we make a method as virtual in base class, you can override this method into derived class. Virtual method in base class can override in derived class but not compulsory. So in derived class, you can override this virtual method using override keyword like this. Let's create an object and access this function. If you create an object for base class and call the read method, this will execute a base class method, that is virtual method. If you created object for derived class and call the read method, it will execute the overridden method. But if you create an object for base class and pointing to derived class, the overridden method in derived class will executed. Here, in inheritance, we already know that a child class having all the rights of parent class and child class, but parent class only having the rights on parent class only. So this is possible, but you cannot pointing child class object reference into parent class like this. So here what actually happens means in runtime, it checks what kind of object it's having. If a derived class having an overridden method, that method will invoke instead of base class method. So polymorphism enable us to invoke derived class method using a base class reference variable in runtime. Let's check by running. So here the derived class overridden method is executed. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.